cereal that I was eating last episode.
with blue milk.
Yeah.
Blue milk.
The milk was actually white originally, but you're eating like Fruit Loops.
Yeah. And I'm like drinking the bowl, and I put the bowl down. I'm just like, now, that's not a very good picture. It might not even be me.
It's okay. Don't worry, mon ami. I'm sure we would never ever dream of 10,000 credits, you say?
Yeah, imagine if you had to hand in the ship as well. You'd be stranded, and oh boy, that would be very nasty.
I like how the only thing keeping you working together at this point is the threat of mutual destruction.
I actually like these guys, Arthur. They're pretty fun.
No, we should actually keep an eye out for a gentleman of this description. We may be able to pass him off as, you know.
Oh, it's also worth pointing out if you throw me in, you have to throw Toby back in.
No. See, we
Shade Star, as well as then you'll implicate Dargo as well, because he's the one that stole me in the first place. Or sorry, freed me in the first place. So, you know.
Freed, stole.
Yes, being freed or whatever it was great, though. We can all agree.
Coral, mon ami. It sounds like you're worried. I was only joking.
No.
The idea of a Bothan who speaks French is fantastic.
Yeah.
What is that? Carillion or something? Is that a
Corellians
Star
are not
Wars thing?
French. No,
Little
it's
known
not.
fact, Dargo speaks French too. It's just he grew up in the mines and it's got a taste of the black lung.
Yeah. It's no, Jack speaks French and has a French accent because I know jack shit about Star Wars.
Excellent.
And I looked at the picture, I created the character, and I was like, French Spec Ops. Yeah, he
All of a
looks like
sudden, Carl drops his accent, starts speaking native Twi'lek. It sounds a lot like an Australian accent. I can do this shit too, man. Let's do it.
Okay, so you also receive a number of news items in case you wanted to peruse them. Looks like there's 3 or 4 things, but you get your landing coordinate data for the house, the manor house of one senator in exile, Nials, who is the person you're going to meet with in order to secure him off world transit.
Arthur, I have a question about these news articles, these news tickers.
What?
These news articles.
Yeah, what about them?
If I turn them off and put on cartoons, what do I see?
There are no cartoons in the Star Wars universe. Name one cartoon you ever saw in Star Wars.
I don't know, Han Solo and the Wookiee Bunch. I don't know.
This is the guy who didn't know there were 2 Death Stars, Arthur.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But even I know that there are in fact cartoons in the Star Wars universe because all you have to do is watch the.
What about that Clone Wars TV show that they had?
You can't. That's way too meta. I'm pretty sure.
I'm referring to the thing nobody talks about, the Christmas special.
The
holiday
Christmas
special.
That's not canon either.
Yeah, they probably like played Nintendo in the Star Wars universe in that. So
okay. Do you want to read
cartoons.
any of the news articles, or do you want to land?
Yes, Dargo is definitely going to
We're going to read through them, of course.
I just do a scan for like any interesting medical.
Yes, there is a medical article about Senator Nials donating a number of supplies to local hospitals as part of a relief effort for the floods that have been happening on the southern continent.
Why don't they just take off and go into space? There's no water in space.
There's also no air.
There's water on Mars, apparently.
So, Arthur, after last game session, you mentioned that Dargo discovered a number of interesting facts about Senator Nials.
I believe I listed them, right?
Yeah, you listed them.
Yeah,
you said he was left-handed, has a lazy eye.
No. No.
Receding hairline.
No.
Has a thing for male Twi'leks. It's
Also
super
no.
weird.
He was securing transfer off-world, and he was also selling all property holdings, but not all of his
So he might be a rebel sympathizer,
company holdings.
but he also is always turning in rebel sympathizers. And he
Yeah.
seems to be selling off all his physical holdings, but keeping like the companies that he owns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how else is he going to launder money?
Well, so that's the thing, though. If he had trouble with the Empire, he'd be selling everything, not just his property holdings. It sounds like he just wants to
Yeah.
relocate. Because I mean, all of his company holdings, the Empire could just nullify
Yeah,
all of that.
he can reopen his companies on another planet once we get him off of here.
I guess.
Yeah, so I'm probably like chat a little bit. I'm like, quite seems like quite a good man donating to hospitals, for the flood relief.
Of
Seems
course.
as though yeah, I like maybe mentioned something. Well, actually, did we share information last week?
Toby,
Uh,
if you remember correctly, our master used to donate a lot of money too, but he also used to have sex slaves too. So
I just
So-
Yeah, so one cancels out the other. That's what I'm saying. Good chap, right?
Well,
Oh, shit.
I do like the idea though that you came up with, Toby. If we can find a Twi'lek matching our friend's description, we could maybe,
Some mind-muddling drugs, perhaps.
I got a
understand.
great idea. How about
I
we
was
just
just
find
gonna-
a corpse, and then you guys get the money, and then I won't be there for that. Well, actually, no, I got to discuss. I walk into my room, Arthur. I come out, and I'm wearing a wig
Yeah, I'm like, who are you? How did you get on this ship?
with sunglasses.
Coral.
Yeah.
A dead sex slave is only worth half as much.
Yes, but we
Wow,
won't
that's
have.
super
Yes, but
disturbing
the-
that you would know that.
He's like checking.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like maybe you could sell it to the person who likes dead sex slaves.
I will
That's-
remind you people that I might be the only person here who knows anything about bounties. Is it good? Is the bounty dead or alive? Because if it is, then it doesn't matter if it's
The bounty is alive only.
well.
Yes,
One
then-
for questioning.
Mind-muddling drugs, destroy the brain, as it were, and then ship it over still alive, right? And
Is it the
demand the money.
Is it the Hut Cartel that's offering the bounty?
I don't
No,
like
it's
that
the
idea.
Empire.
Could backfire spectacularly.
If it's the Empire, then that's even a little bit more depressing.
It's a complicated chain of the Hutts leaning on the Empire to get them to do this. Or to put it another way, there's some political corruption at work here.
Well, the Empire is also after me. It's worth pointing out that as well.
Yeah, but the bounty is specifically to give you to the Hutts after the Empire takes a piece out of you.
That'll probably be my thoughts, and then I'll be the best sex slave ever.
So,
nice to have
about those
aspirations.
news articles, did you want to check those before you landed?
Yes,
Or-
absolutely. Dargo would
Yes.
like to check those news articles.
Indeed.
So, as you're looking through them, it's a Hollow News net, so it's a full representation news reporter that just appears. It's like the chess set that Han has. He just appears out of nowhere, and he's like, "Gas speculation is in a massive upswing after new data was released from Cloud City. Apparently, Bespin harvesters have been working overtime. Now, the market is poised for an upswing, but some investors are selling and shortening massive amounts of stock. We'll have more on this interesting flux at 11. In
Now,
other
if
news,
you're really after money, you could have went for that mission, but instead we went for this one. So,
We require more Vespine gas.
Gas.
It would have cost us everything.
in other news, CEO of Zerka Corporation R&D, Tychus Aurelian, has announced that their stock has gone into a free fall. Unfortunately, the company has been suffering a series of hacks, and the slice data was released publicly last night. Unfortunately, we are not able to display many of the things involved in the hack, but it would seem there was an implication of the Bothan network. In addition, 2 of the Bothans implicated in this attack were recently killed on the attack of the asteroid base by the rebels.
Dargo's ears perk up.
So it lists 2 of the names from your past. Both of the technical operators that were your handlers are both listed as having been killed at the asteroid base you guys just left. Remember the
Wait.
one that the rebels supposedly blew up?
So
Yeah.
I don't know that Dargo has actually shared kind of much of his backstory with everyone, so this is possibly not as meaningful to everyone else. But I think everyone here probably noticed Dargo take keen interest in this news story.
Probably a
And
ripple
immediately-
of the
What's that?
fur,
Yeah, your
fur
fur
rippling.
Ripple.
Yeah. Well, definitely Jax would notice this, but
No, I was in my room trying on
I-
wigs,
like,
man.
You're flipping through for cartoons, and I slap the control out of your hand and like stare at the hollow reel for the duration, and then disappear into the back and immediately start typing away at my my
Yes.
slicer.
Yeah, so they pull up the names. It's Whisk Kithmos and Asir Aristviz. I need to make a check to see if the Empire is tracing you from the last session. I believe I told you to hold what your ability was last time.
Yep.
All right, I need that. In order to track you, they need to beat that with 6 successes.
Okay. 3 red, 2 purple, 1 black.
All right, they erase the black. And they get 2 green, and 2 yellow, and 1 blue. Okay, they don't trace you at all. And you start getting flags on your computer, your slicer network, that someone has been inserting data into the reports of who died at that asteroid base.
Okay.
So you get like clear and conclusive proof that the list from yesterday has been altered from the list to today. And those 2 names are what was added.
Arthur,
Yes.
I had my comlink and datapad destroyed,
They were in your arm, which has been restored.
and so okay, yeah, so it got
Yep.
attached, and now they're back attached. Okay, so I just like send a like a short text to Dargo, just like everything okay.
Winky face.
The message seemed to disturb you.
Names from my past. I have to investigate this. How did they know? He starts typing away.
I'm just like send like another message. I'm just like, let me know if you need assistance.
Actually, yes. So I call him back, and can I use a computers check to kind of get a lead on who's inserting this data?
Yes. You're rolling against 4 reds. And
Okay.
you're going to subtract any of the black. You have -2 black now, right?
So is this a code breaker or computer check? Or
what is
bypass
the-
security, rather? Because I have different abilities for both.
Okay, so specifically you're trying to bypass security, right? You're trying to backtrace somebody.
Sure, yes, because I don't have codes to break at the moment.
Yes.
Okay, so I remove 1 setback dice.
Okay, then that's
For-
fine. You're just rolling against 4 reds.
Does it downgrade one of the reds or no?
No.
Okay.
You're
is,
removing the blacks that would be involved, so.
Okay. So I'm calling Toby back.
Yeah,
And I explained to Toby, this is. I never told you why I left the Empire, or not the Empire, the Core Worlds. I came into a run-in with Cherka Corporation. It forced me to flee, but people whose names should have been safe, apparently, they're not known. I don't know how or why, but I need to find out why.
Can you actually leave the call and come back real quick, Tyler? Your
Is it going
audio
robotic?
quality has been steadily
Yeah,
dropping.
you're pretty booty,
Yeah.
man.
I also want to point out that he literally started the monologue from Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Is this better?
Oh my god, so much better.
yeah.
All right. Sorry.
There's something that I didn't tell you.
Yes, and I'm
Now
like,
there's
well,
something I must
I-
reveal then. I'm your father. I'm your father.
Okay.
Yes, Toby, I am your
Maybe I should just talk
creator.
normally, and then I'll just get an accent through the
yeah, through the roboticism.
No.
roboticism of the call. Little known fact: I've got a robotic chip now inserted into my larynx, which transcribes everything. Okay. So I'm doing a computer check. So,
Yeah, and I'm like compiling data of like commonly used channels,
Yep.
and like eliminating those ones because it's obviously not like it's probably a
So
one-time entry and
yeah, it's worth pointing out to the audience that we actually are changing the way that we're doing the assists now. I guess
We're doing it the way we're supposed to be doing it.
Yes.
I want to point out you have a blue die from the ship. The next hack you want to do, if you
Yes.
want to activate that.
I would.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
So
I need
how
blue
are you
die
assisting?
Toby and a blue die from the ship.
So yeah, Toby's giving you another blue die while
Do you have
hacking.
any ranks in computer, Toby?
no, don't have any
Oh,
ranks.
so you can't assist here.
I can't
No, you
assist with
can.
no.
No, you can. You just give them a blue die. If you're unskilled in it, you just give them a blue die. If you're assisting.
Okay, all right. That wasn't how I read it, but that's fine. We'll go with
Well,
that.
I mean, I can read it, do you, Arthur?
That's fine. No, we're good with it. I'd rather you guys assist each other.
Yeah,
That
I'd
way
like to
you
be able to
both
do
get
some.
to eat the consequences.
Yeah.
It's like we're playing Burning Wheel.
So yeah, I'm like with my like data pad out, and I have like a couple like wires jacked into thing, and there's probably just like text.
No,
like,
this is
streaming
Star
by.
Wars. You have to insert your circular wheel into
Oh
the
yeah,
wall.
it's
and
like, and
Yeah.
then yeah, I got my text up, and it's just like
wires. What sort of caveman are you? Don't you know we use
you have
firewire
straight-
ports?
You have firewire rods.
All right. So I'm doing this against 4 red die. Is that
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yes, you are. If only you had some light side points to help you.
Oh, that
Shit.
is
Wow.
a rough roll.
All right. Oh, so good. Oh man, you bombed the shit out of that roll.
I did.
Yeah, this is from the guy who had 6 successes on the first roll of the entire game. All right. Let's see what computers get you under the skills section.
Just gonna be happily piloting the ship at this point and hope this doesn't blow it up.
All right.
I'm
Advantage
practicing
may
my
be
quick
spent
draw.
to uncover additional information about the system. You could discover additional assets that could be targeted, the owner's personal journal entries, or the presence of well-concealed defenses.
This is for the advantage.
Yeah. So I'm going to offer you, for your advantage, that whatever account was just, like whatever you were breaking into, you caught code traces from it that connect directly back to Grimscatter.
Okay.
And the other thing you learn is that you now know that who or whatever Grimscatter is, you're aware that they are of 4 red difficulty. Not only are they naturally talented, but they're also extremely skilled.
Okay.
So your character now is aware of just how good they are.
Okay.
To be clear, that's better than you.
Yes. Yes, it is by a large margin.
You have, unfortunately, also left behind code traces, and you know it, too.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like, uh-oh, they know who... Like, yeah, probably
Do I
Toby,
notice?
there's, like, alarms going off all over the place, and you notice that, like, the headers have, like, your name and Dargo's name on it, and, like, there's a progress bar that comes up with a virus symbol, and it's going to 100% real quick.
I lean over their shoulders and I'm like, "Oh, sick! You're playing a game."
Dargo immediately runs for the holo transmitter and just tries to unplug it as quickly as possible.
Gotta
Yeah,
shut
I'm
it
like
down.
control alt.
It's going to be completely
F4,
fruitless,
like-
but I'm going to do it anyway.
Wait! I want to have a go at this, man. What are you doing? I want to play this game. Don't turn it off.
I fucked it up,
It's,
and he
it's
runs
buggy.
past
It's very buggy. Very buggy.
and he just immediately like unplugs the computer.
Oh, come on,
Great.
man. God,
Takes off the mainframe.
Like,
God, space
dude,
travel is so boring. And I just go back in.
What exactly is
Did you
going
just-
on back there?
We're just
I don't know, they're playing
DCing on a
some
multiplayer game. We don't want to take any losses.
Yeah. Some weird thing. I don't know. Something like
Okay,
Soul
fine.
Train.
Don't tell me. I'll just continue playing.
No, any good
Like as soon as
games?
Dargo unplugs the holo transmitter and he gets a chance to check the
Yeah,
system.
you unplug yourself from the HoloNet, and like as soon as you do that, immediately like you start seeing ships moving towards you
Yep.
because you're activating your emergency beacon basically.
Okay.
So yeah, like outside the window, you see like police ships moving nearby and starting to use like light code, being like, "Attention, is the pilot okay?"
Yeah,
Are
can
you
I
suffering a-
like use like some LED thing on like my elbow to like try to flash out a window to him?
Jeez, how powerful is that LED, man?
I mean, it's like,
7,000 lumens.
no, it's like 10 LEDs in a row. So
That's
a
nothing,
lot.
man. They won't even see that shit.
I feel like you
No,
need to make a persuasion check of some kind for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say restarting router. One moment, please.
Okay, so your difficulty on this persuasion check is 3 purple with 1 black because your situation is not normal.
So 1P, 1 red, 1 BLK. Is that?
No, 3P, 1 BLK.
Oh, 3.
Can I assist or?
In what way are you assisting?
And I am getting
I was going to take up the phone and call them, but
This
I
is
guess
a
that's-
deception check.
You just disconnected the phone.
Yeah, I literally just I disconnected.
Yeah, is this
you disconnected the phone. I'm like,
I
do
disconnected
you
our
want it to
hollow
be a
relay and made
deception
us go
check?
dark. I did it for a good reason, I promise. I don't have any ranks in deception. So
Yeah, I just have. So I have a yellow. So I just say.
I just
one
lean back in
yellow,
my chair and cross my legs.
3
and just sit
purple,
there.
1 black.
Yep.
It's gonna be good.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're like flashing stuff over, but it's getting really garbled, and your message isn't that powerful. In the cockpit, Jax, while you're piloting, the police vehicles start like hemming the ship in, Cloud City style, and are like trying to force you into a specific flight path by getting
so-
into near collisions with you.
Yeah, I start calling out to the crew over like the comms, like had a bit of communication
Can-
problem, had to shut
can
down
you-
quickly before bad data got out. Looks
can
like
you
it's
turn
causing
the
some trouble.
comms back on so I can tell these morons to get out of my way?
And I turn to Dargo, and I'm like, "Can we go back live?"
No.
All right. So you have a choice here, Jax. You can either do what these guys are saying, or you can roll to like exit the flight path they're trying to force you on.
I have absolutely no idea what is going on. So
So
obviously I'm
Dargo
going
quips
to.
in very quickly. They traced us back. They were following us. I had to disconnect us from the HoloNet to prevent any more data leakage.
I like walk over and I'm just like, now you're gonna have to elaborate for me because I've been busy doing my hair. What the fuck did you do? And
So
why
while
are
he's-
the cops trying to drag us in?
While
What's
he's
going on here?
explaining, can I like try to like make it safe for us to connect, like wipe the data that was in the router that was about to be sent and stuff?
Holy
That
fuck,
depends,
just
Dargo.
leave it alone, guys.
Are you letting him
fucking
do
up-
this?
So if they desperately want me to reconnect the HoloNet, I will do that, and I will immediately set to defend the ship's systems from penetration. Because I'm pretty sure I just sent out a big red beacon to anyone who is trying to find us.
All right. We still need to resolve the rules in order, which means, Jax, what is your plan here?
I don't take kindly to being squished in like this. I'm going to fly out of the way until. And then we'll just explain later that we had communication
Jax,
breakdown.
My man, you realize that, so there's a couple of things here. Doing crime against the cops generally leads to the fact that you will have, bounties posted about you. So, why not, instead of
realize
evading the police, we actually just do what they say?
So,
You know,
your difficulty here, Jax, is 1 red, because I'm tossing in a dark side point here, and 1 purple, and then 1 black from just the general craziness of the situation inside. I'm assuming people are yelling, probably wires are sparking from the transmitter that just got emergency dump shut down.
Well, I have no idea. I mean, I don't even know where they're trying to force me to go. So I'm going to not go there.
Okay?
new rule for the ship. No one hacks no one anymore.
You
While
realize
flying.
that puts us out of business, right?
Yes, but what you're doing is putting us out of business as well. So,
So I need that piling space, 1 purple, 1 red, 1 black.
That's a lot of dice.
and we probably have some. What the fuck?
Boom.
Yeah, you completely go. So like we see the cops, they're in like little like miniature fire spray, just like helicopter type craft, and they're trying to get in beside you and like force you down by like floating under you, and you just boom slip right out from under them. They're trying to catch up with you. And in the atmosphere, they're caught in the engine washer. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And the lead pilot's probably like, oh, getting a lot of chop here. Getting a lot of chop. Huckster flight going down. Huckster flight going down.
Coral.
I imagine it's. I imagine it's like a case of I'm like walking up to him like, Jax, maybe you shouldn't just whoosh, and then he just takes off.
With that many successes, they're not going to get the identifying number of your ship, so they're not going to know who you were. They're just going to know it was a YT-1300.
Which is pretty much everybody.
Yeah, so I think we get a cut to the Imperial sensor, like, command control station in the capital, and there's a really bored-looking technician that was, like, following her progress, and a very spiffy-looking Imperial officer who's like, what happened there? And the technician's like, so we lost them on the trace. The locals apparently were unable to bring them down. And the officer's like, damn it, man.
Is this inside of like the smuggler's asteroid?
No, this is
Planet
on
here,
Arugula.
right? This is
Yeah,
on
the actual
Arugula.
planet.
This
Yeah,
is on the
so-
planet you're
So
heading to.
are you telling me that we were 10 feet away from picking up our objective, and then you decided
You
to
were
fucking
entering the
hack the world?
atmosphere. You were
Yeah.
entering
Is that
the
is that what
atmosphere.
happened?
Dude,
So
yes,
so
that's what
instead of
happened.
doing the objective, you decided, fuck it, I'll piss off the bad guys. And then you like just took out your wing wang and you peed all over the computer.
And he got away with it, too, because he's a badass outlaw.
And
The pilot. Yeah.
No,
I'm
the
like,
pilot, Jax
I'm like,
is
bring
fine.
us down. Yeah,
Jax
no,
is
that's what I'm
good.
saying. He saved us. That's
And
perfect.
I'm
That's
talking
exactly how
about
it was.
Dargo.
And I turn around in my seat, Coral, smoking whatever the Star Wars equivalent is of a
Death stick.
cigarette.
A death stick.
And take that like, never worry about my piloting skills. I can get us out of anything.
Oh, no. Don't underestimate me. I think you're fine. I was just merely offering something, less lethal. But you know what? You did good. I'm going to go have a talk with Dargo because apparently he's just, willy-wanging around the universe in fucking cyberspace. So, excuse me a
Apparently
second.
he is. Have a nice chat with him and tell
I
him
will.
not do that again.
Okay. I go
right.
find Dargo.
At that point, your HoloNet, Toby finally finishes repairs and punches it back up. There's no lingering residual, like no one's currently trying to track you, Dargo.
Yep.
You're like ready. You've got all these firewalls set up.
Yep.
You've got like code fragments for viruses to send for a back hack.
Yep.
But
Nothing
yeah,
happens.
nothing
I've got my finger on the button, just looking. Aw.
Nothing.
And then
Like,
Coral.
Well,
Yeah.
clear, sir. I'll clear and back online.
All right, I think that's when we get the shot of the ship approaching the planet, and the camera's doing like this rotating thing where you see the starfield in the background, the planet stays in place, and all that. Arugula 5 is like most Star Wars planet. It's a single environment. Is the whole planet.
That's like most planets.
Yeah, this is
one.
Is this
yeah.
a
That's
nice
how
planet?
that's how planets works.
Is it a jungle planet?
The entire planet is rolling plains of the local national produce, which is like a half wheat, half vegetable.
Oh, that's lovely. I
And
bet that's real nice to travel there.
I think while you're coming down, you see like the senator in exile's manor, and there's little robots with flamethrowers that are attacking some kudzu-like weed that seems to actually be growing while you're watching it. It's advancing like a wave across this property, and they have like little robots with flamethrowers. Like every Star Wars, you've always got to have some incredibly, ridiculously dangerous thing in the background that
Right.
will, of course, be used later.
Uh,
Remember the mining planet?
No, I
Where
know.
they were like, look at all that lava everywhere, and the little robots carrying it. Genosis, that's what it was. Thank you.
Did you just
Yeah.
reference episodes 1 to 3?
You
Did you
were
break your own rule?
Hey, we don't talk about those things
All right,
here.
fuck you guys. Fuck you
So,
guys.
do I get to chew out Dargo yet? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah. Okay. As you're landing, let's have the Dargo chew out
Yep.
section.
So
is
I imagine
everyone
like,
else going to be present, by the way, or is it just?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like
I think I was there helping. I mean,
Yeah.
we've
This
been
is a
like
conversation.
Where is it taking place at?
so.
at one of the main computer consoles, right?
Can I
So it's
turn
in
on
the